Welcome to footballgameplan.com, where football makes sense. I'm Emery Hunt, the czar of the playbook. Bring you an NFL matchup in Week 16 between the Detroit Lions and the Miami Dolphins. Now let's start with Detroit in this matchup, coming on the road. Outstanding victory last week in Florida, across the way in Tampa. So what you have to come in against the Dolphins and do, you want to attack the Dolphins' interior run game. One thing that's important for you guys are able to have a little bit of balance against Tampa, and that was proved to be huge because you guys are able to run the football over 100 yards rushing, and that's key. And you guys already operate out the spread, so that's important. So you guys had a lot of offensive balance, so that was cool. And that's what you have to do this week against the Dolphins. When you have balance against a team like the Dolphins, especially a team that runs a 3-4 defense, you need that balance. A lot of people want to shy away from the pressure, but you guys should be able to run at the pressure of the Miami Dolphins, and that's going to put your defense on a field where you guys can protect the lead and get pressure on Henny. And leading up to your defensive side of the football, you look at their front four. They have to cause a lot of havoc on that Dolphins offensive line. They give up a lot of push against teams. So you look at the fact that you guys can come in, get a little bit of pressure on Henny, and force Henny into those errant throws, in which you guys have some safeties back there and Del Moss that can make plays. You know, you guys have some, you heard on the corners, but if a corner gets an errant pass, he's going to turn it into an interception. So look for your front four to take advantage of that Dolphins offensive line that allows a lot of leakage throughout the games, and especially in the worst parts of the games. So that's important. Now you look at Miami coming to this matchup. The Dolphins are going to have to come in and they have to get back to basics. They have to get back to what got them there. You used to be able to run the football at ease anytime you wanted to. You have to get back to that, and that falls under the offensive line. So the key matchup for the Dolphins coming into this game is your offensive line versus the D-line of the Detroit Lions. Can you guys keep Ndamukong Suh and company out the backfield? Can you keep these guys on their side of the line of scrimmage and get pushed? So it's important for you guys to win at the point of attack. That's what the problem is in the running game. You guys are getting big boyed up front. You have to win at the point of attack in order to have some success. Now, passing the football, Henny has to make sure he gets these guys backed up. I'm talking about the Detroit Lions pressure. Get these guys backed up with his arm. So don't be afraid to fire it in there. Take some chances. Don't get scared and gun shy and throwing the football. You're already struggling, so why not go out guns a-blazing? So take advantage of the Detroit Lions' weakness in the secondary by injury. So don't be afraid to fire the football into some tight windows, because you do have a strong enough arm to make those throws. Now defensively, what you want to do when you're playing a team like Detroit that loves to run out of the spread formation, defensive pressure up the middle is key. So it's important that your nose tackle get pressure, because Dominic Raiola is a guy that's struggling right now as a center. You can get pressure on the Detroit Lions down the middle of that offensive line. So defensive pressure up the middle, A gap and B gap pressure, is going to be huge this week in order to stop the Detroit Lions passing game. And you have to make sure you protect underneath. Don't allow Burleson or Calvin Johnson to get a free release off the line of scrimmage to tear up your underneath coverage or get behind your linebackers with that deep in route. So you got to make sure you get a bump on these two guys when they're lined up in the slot. Make it tough for them to give yourself a half a second to get to the quarterback. I'm going with Detroit in this game. The Lions are going to come in on the road, well balanced. They showed a lot in Tampa against a team that was fighting for the playoff spot. You come in against a team like Miami that's struggling at home, that doesn't run the football real well. So that bodes well for your defensive line to get after the quarterback. Your offense is well balanced, and they can play with anyone because you guys have an amazing scheme that you guys can pick apart teams underneath coverage. And I look for you guys to do that this week against the Dolphins secondary. For more NFL previews, visit footballgameplan.com/NFL or visit our YouTube channel at youtube.com/footballgameplan.